hello, Nino. Such a pleasure to see you. And also, Silly Plane and Jared Leaf. Hi. Even though if you're just dropping by, I am so happy to see you here. There we go, we got everything set up. It is the first time I'm going online for streaming since Nordic FuzzCon. And it already seems like so long ago. Time really flies when you're having a busy schedule. Silly Plane asks, who made the drawing in the background? That is drawn by the most wonderful and talented Silver Fox. Silver Fox is an Asian artist and extremely good. Their gallery is filled with absolute gems, and also not just a all-around great artist, but also just a wonderful person in general. Let's look it up just a moment. Their gallery. One moment, for some reason my copy-paste feature is not working. This is not very nice. Just want this. There we go. Oh. There, I posted a link to Silver Fox, their gallery, on Blue Sky, their account, and it is truly something you could definitely check out. Also, Rocky Ice and Meerkat, hello! And Silly Plane asks, did you go to Nordic FuzzCon? Yes, I did! I was part of the charity team and I am so incredibly proud of them. We raised money for Gira Help Iceland, a animal shelter, the oldest animal shelter in Iceland actually. And we raised well over 450,000 Swedish kroner, which is roughly say 4,400 euros I think, and $4,200 dollars. Let's see how much that is. Swedish kroner to euro. Yeah, 40,847 euros. And let's see, US dollars, $44,582. That's what we raised for Gira Help Iceland. And well, Silly Plane, maybe you can make it next year. It's certainly a convention I can wholeheartedly recommend. The atmosphere there is amazing. It is one of the best conventions I went to myself, and I am so happy that both the attendees and the people that are working for Nordic FuzzCon are in general very, very pleased with the convention itself. It's truly a labor of love, and I am incredibly proud of my team, and I'm just so happy to work there. I sound like I'm making that I'm trying to sell the convention, so to speak, but I honestly think that it is, well worth it. Ooh, so Silly Plane says, maybe when I turn 18. It's a wonderful gift to yourself for your 18th birthday. And if you are somewhere around, of course, during the open day, you can still drop by if you're not 18. During the open day, the open house, that morning, Nordic FuzzCon is actually open for the general public, so that the general public can get to know the furry fandom. And I think that is a wonderful thing to do. And here we go. But the thing was that during Nordic FuzzCon something special happened. Well, in a way. Let's see. Right. There we go. Need to set up the camera a little bit. There. During Nordic FuzzCon, I made a promise to people, and I made a promise that if we raised more than 400,000 kroner, I, during the closing ceremony, would allow my head to be shaven fully. And, well, we raised 450,000, which is more than 400. And, my hair has been growing back. However, I already shaved it once and millimetered it once. I'm just checking out how things will go. But I think I'm gonna keep it bald. Yeah, it's I'm experiencing a little bit with the length of it, but I am not going to let my hair grow back. I really, really like the bald look. And Silly Plane asks, I also still want a shark fursona fursuit. Oh, shark sonas are fun. And well, in the country of Blahai, we see possibilities. Also, good evening to Dex Cyro. And Garma. Oh, hello! That is fun to see you there. And welcome. Also, first time, and of course, well, your first furry character. And Rainfjord. It is weird to say, but I will miss your haircut. And Rain, how much I understand those sentiments. I will miss my haircut as well, but the events leading up to the shaving shaved 10 years of my life, and I was seriously going to lose my hair. It was already past its prime, it lost its glory, and let's just say that my haircut went in a blaze of glory, and it was in the best way possible that it went. So I'm gonna keep that memory alive. Also, Alam Aguilar, hello to you as well. And Dax Cyro says, Thabo, if you need a brand of the shaver, just yell, as it was mine, evil grin. Oh, it was your shaver. It actually did a really good job. I really liked The feeling was great, and it seemed a little bit less of a hassle than with a razor, because I tried it with a razor myself, and while it did work out, it was getting a little bit getting used to. Also, let's add some meerkats here. We, of course, have to do some plushies there. And, of course, little Pixel there. And a boop back to Rocky Icy Meerkat. Silly Plane says, my dog used to be a street dog, so pretty nice hearing the money you saved up. And thank you very much for taking in that lovely street dog. I'm always one of those people that says adopt, don't shop, and you are the embodiment of that idea. As for Rainfjord, you say, how was Belgium? Yes, we went to Belgium. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, my head kind of got stuck in a revolving door. Other than that, everything was fine. I mean, what is an event without Thabo getting into some sort of predicaments? But yeah, it's I loved it so far. Well, we have Thabo here, looking behind. We're going to try something different here. Rain says, I went to the factory fur meets and Heroes Made in Asia in the weekend. I am practically dead. A friend of mine went there as well, and I've heard very good things about it. As for Alam Aguilar, I am currently drawing myself getting shaven by Janky. And Janky is the one that shaved me during the closing ceremony at Nordic Fuscon. So we're going to draw a little bit of a fun take on that little scene. Rain says, I also made sushi and shared it with some good people and they loved it. Sushi is the perfect way to make friends. Well, in the drawing, the entire body will be shaven in a rather odd way. But in real life, I only got my head shaven on stage. I mean, let's just say that Nordic Fuscon is still a bit of a... we're not going there. Let's just keep it on that. Just my head is shaven. Which is enough for now. I do love the fact that the one that shaved my head, he has an extremely floofy character. And that really makes a nice little contrast between the two characters now. Hi now, Lizard! Hello there to you as well. Rain, I have tried, oh wait, figure shaving. I haven't tried it yet. I could do a giant star arrow like in Ang from the last hairbender. Silly Plane says, how do you deal with the furry haters? I mostly ignore them. So now and then I did give a little bit of a witty comeback, so now and then. But the funny part is that a lot of furry haters end up being furries themselves, which is hilarious. I've had several people that started out being very, very critical on my work, and years later they return and they are furries. In fact, several of the people that are guests of my monthly show, Dinging on Positivity, started out as quite critical on the furry fandom. So I guess we're doing something well, if we can even persuade most of the critics. Now, Thabo, in terms of skin, it's gonna be a lot of fleshy pink. Oh dear. Hi now, Lizard says, you hate on furries, that's such a furry thing to do. Yeah, well, let's say that sometimes us as a furry do hate the furry fandom as well. But the thing is, and I've had this conversation with several people, the furry fandom is so incredibly big these days. There is a place for everyone. And you don't need to like everything. I myself, there are huge parts of the furry fandom where I will never be seen. And that's fine. And I found my own little thing. I am loving little events like where we're entertainers, like events on, let's say in hospitals and all the charities and things like that. And I absolutely love doing that. But there are like huge parts of the fandom where things are, they have an entire different philosophy, an entire different reason to fursuit, and entire different things they do in fursuit that are completely not compatible with what I do. And that's perfectly fine, as long as, you know, stay safe and respect each other. Rain says, I have to think of Brian from Family Guy when his fur was fully shaven. Oh, I believe I remember something like that. Thing is though, right now I am just thinking a little bit from how am I going to draw my face, because so many things are going to look so incredibly different. I am going to leave a little stripe throughout my entire body, because I think that is funny to do. A little bit of comedian purposes. I remember an artist, I don't know her name, she was a Canadian skunk who did that, who actually had her entire body shaven, with the exception of the white stripe towards her tail, and it actually looked really cool. And I think I'm going to do something similar here with Thabo. It is not going to be a permanent look though. On Thabo. I mean, Thabo will just be Thabo. Hey! Hello, Ari! Such a pleasure to see you there. Oh, I can show one little thing, which is quite funny because that was Thabo when Thabo was being made, the new head. And for some reason it really looks good now. Just a moment, let's see, thesis, yes. Make available offline. For the people that think from what would Thabo in real life look like without hair. This is what Thabo in real life would look like without hair. Because this was one of the construction photos of Thabo before the hair was being added. And it's strangely accurate right now. And Dexyro, oh no, glad Fursuit Thabo has the hair. Yeah, Fursuit Thabo will remain with the hair. Although I will have a cosplay. A new cosplay that has been unlocked thanks to this all. And that cosplay will most likely premiere at Dutch Comic Con. And I am doing absolutely fine. Thank you very much. And flabbergasted, you're not disturbing at all. Thank you very much for the compliment on the new nice drawing. Going to ink just now, so let's hope it will get even nicer. Just a little moment. I am going to give a little preview of what might be my next cosplay. People may guess. I myself think that this is going to be great. But yeah, this is a little bit of a Photoshop. But I already ordered the goggles. And I am fully going to own this little cosplay. Just so you know, I will own it. The goggles are currently being sent out. I ordered them from a costume builder, and the lab coat is actually going to be made by a friend of a friend here in the Netherlands, and it is going to be the lab coat from Sonic 3 in the third act. So that lab coat, that will be, yeah. I am so looking forward to see that proper lab coat. There you go. This is going to be the lab coat I commissioned, the red one. Although maybe later in life I will go for the white one. For obvious reasons. And yes, Fowler the Rooster, Thabo Robotnik. Yeah, in the flesh. I do have to work on my dance moves though, because Jim Carrey can dance. I was really good. Surprised at how good he just keeps on eating the scripts. Of course. Well, Keanu Reeves was doing an absolute banger of a job with Shadow the Hedgehog, but Gary as Robotnik stole the show. Rainshorts ask, which Eggman Robotnik team would you pick for your intro? Oh gosh, I have no idea. I am open for suggestions. That's for sure. And Flabbergasted says, evil Dr. Thabo. Well, the thing is, I have been a different doctor. But that was like the doctor from Team Fortress, because I got the entire gun and everything. I got the Medigun. I can combine it, of course, then I will be Dr. Robotnik with the Medigun. How about that for crossover? Oh dear, Thabo is going to look very wrinkly. I really have to make sure that I don't draw the fluffy parts in. It is so incredibly difficult for me not to do that. Just a small little stripe of fluff here. Because our hairdresser is a little bit of a cheeky little critter. Oh wow, Guzma! Hello, wow! And Vita, hello! Hi! Ari... Yes, indeed! Ari, I've been to Belgium and it was wonderful. Also, hello for all the raiders! Oh, yes, Guzma. This is the least you could do after making a video of me being completely stuck in a revolving door. Because now that Guzma is here, I am going to show that. There was a little bit of an accident. And I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of... I was going to walk through a revolving door, and Guzma was going to make a little recording out of that. But things did not go as intended, and Guzma thought that it was a little bit of a joke. And however, the safety of the revolving door was not as lenient as I thought, and I did feel my neck pop a little bit. I was in pain, however it ended up fine, and the day after my neck troubles are completely gone. So it's not a whiplash or whatsoever. But here it is. You currently see Guzma there, and I'm waiting to actually go in there. Do note, I don't have the vision in my suit that much. And, well, there you go. And I tried to actually push that thing away. Let's just say that the force on that thing was a lot heavier than I initially thought. And Guzma thought it was all a joke, so Guzma kept on filming. But, yeah, I actually was in pain at that moment. But everything went fine and nothing to worry about. Guzma is perfectly alright. And we can now just laugh about it. Bloodsplatter says, weird, very bad door. Most revolving doors I know stop when you even get near the glass. I agree with Bloodsplatter, indeed. That should be the case. Fortunately, it did not end as your username. And also Vita, yes, I went squish. Oh, Bloodsplatter was Gus's motorcycle friend from yesterday. Nice to see. I do not really have that much of reference for it, and I'm not going to shave a meerkat. A little bit of stubs. It would be weird though at the hairdresser to actually have a furry there, because you have to shave fingers. The more you think about it, the weirder it gets. Hey Moon Meadow! Hello to you as well. And hello Captain Lionheart. Aw, Ari, thank you for the boop. Nose wiggle to you too. Captain Lionheart, thank you very much. And Moon Meadow just says, I updated my clip studio, money be gone. Oh, darn. Well, yeah, but at least you got a good software package for it back. I know your pain though. I recently upgraded to DaVinci Resolve Studio. So I feel your pain there. Oh, Moon Meadow from the models, yes. The really cool 2D models that kind of look like 3D. And Justin Pepe, yes, piano music all the way. Captain Lionheart, did you forget to get Belfort and Lupin for your Digging Up Positivity video? I kind of did. Yeah, it's I was a little bit tight on the production and everything, but I am going to devote a little bit for the next episode for it. In fact, there will be a lot of animation in the next episode, and a special guest that also likes animation. Do you know Duck? So that's gonna be fun. And Justin Pepe, hello to you too. Thabo with such a stripe of fluff actually starts to look a little bit like a dinosaur. We're gonna keep Thabo's tail tip fluffy. I kind of feel like doing that. Or maybe the tail tip hasn't just been done yet. Could very well be. Actually, it almost looks like a little bit of Pepe. As in Pepe Le Pew. How is the cat called? I believe Penelope. Penelope cat. Justin Pepe asks, from what am I drawing? I am drawing myself getting shaven by the one who shaved me during the closing ceremony of Nordic Fuscon. It is a little nod towards that closing ceremony, because I lost a bet. I said that we would not, if we would raise more than 400,000 Swedish kroner, which is roughly $40,000, then I would get shaven on stage. And hence why I'm getting shaven right now. I myself am bald at this moment. Alam Aguilar says, my cat is named Penelope. Penelope is a wonderful name for a cat. I really have to refrain myself from drawing fluff. I always draw fluff. I always do. And that also answers the question from Rain. Yes, it is a draw. It is a challenging drawing something bald or shaven. And Bloodsplatter suggests to add a bottle of sunscreen somewhere, because at the without fur in the African savannah, it's a one-way trip to Sunburn City, and I completely agree. And now we can actually draw the more fluffy character. I am so happy I can draw Fluff again. Good luck with the electric shock. Go for the electric boogaloo. Hey Slushy, I am doing great. How are you doing today? It's very important when you draw multiple characters together that there is some sort of connection, and we have here that the pupils are really locked together. And like I said, when I meant fluffy, we are talking about really fluffy. This character is absolutely adorably fluffy. Slushy says, "Hi Thabo, I did my comedy at Vancouver for the variety show. And the Cutie Pagettes, and they are both on YouTube under Vancouver 2025. I was in fursuit, and out of fursuit I did my Stitch impression for the variety show Out of Suit. You should check them out." I certainly will. And for Vancouver, if the charity numbers are out, I would love to cover that on the next Digging Up Positivity. And Slushy says, "I'm on the 1830 mark at the variety show video. I'm definitely going to check it out." Justin Pepe says, "I wish I was a talented artist." Well, try. Pick up a pen, start to draw. Because plenty of people that I know, well, talent gives you a little bit of a boost, but talent you can force. If you start to basically invest some time, like half an hour every day, you will make stride, you will make progress. Trust me, Justin. It is it's a matter of repetition. And I really would love to see you try. Because I know that you can do it. Isto says, "Hey Stocky, how are you? I hope you're having a good stream." I absolutely have. I am currently drawing myself getting shaven. Which is a little bit of a flashback towards Nordic Fuskel. Because, well, I got shaven there. Slushyful says, "At the closing ceremony they were still counting the amount." That often is the case. I'm really looking forward. I will keep an eye on their socials. And Heinau says, let's see. True that, yeah, I have that with my Warhammer 40k. When I just started, I wasn't too good, but after each model, I started and talking with friends, looked up techniques, and I only got better and better. And oh my gosh, painting the models from Warhammer 40k, those figurines. Yeah, that is an art on itself. And just like Justin Pepe, I admire all those absolute wonderfully painted figurines. Because I myself, I am not very good at painting those figurines at all. But on the other end, if I have to draw them... In fact, on Warhammer 40k, my older character, Pegla, the skunk, how I was known as in years yonder, had an outfit based on a commissar. So yeah. Next year's theme from Vancouver is Wonderland. And I hope you can come at that one, Thabo. Oh, Wonderland, that's cool. And let's just say that the chances of me attending Vancouver have increased since American conventions are out of the question. I was going to visit an American con, but I am doubting severely if I should go because of the whole passport shenanigans and everything. It's getting crazy. But Wonderland is an absolutely amazing team. Alam Aguilar says, "I'm a talented artist since I started to draw a cartoon wolf, but it went ugly, so I kept on practicing drawing so I can become a better artist and I have a better art style, and that's how it works. That's how it works, Alam, and I am proud of you for trying." Vita says, "I also love next year's NFC team of the circus." Yes! And have you seen the little cameo of Thabo Meerkat in the opening animation? Oh my! Look at that! Thank you very much, Lorek, for donating $5. Good afternoon, Thabo. Sorry can't stay. Have work. Have fun, and I hope to catch you next time. Well wishes to ya. Bye for now, and here's to you. And here's to you as well. Thank you very, very much. And it's really much appreciated of you dropping by every time. And am young. I am currently I'm currently drawing something else. I do not take requests at this moment. And hello, Team Meerkat Gaming. Thank you very much for dropping by. My most trusted channel partner. Also, Captain Lionheart, thank you for that very cute gift there. Vita says, of course, I spotted you at the market. Yeah, for some reason, I was handing out a baseball... I was receiving a baseball bat. I have no idea how it got there from me with a baseball bat. At the end, Slushy Wolf says, at the end of the closing ceremony from Vancouver, when we saw what was next year's theme, what it would be, it was Wonderland, and someone says, Disney is coming for you. And that person was me. Everybody laughed, and the host said that it's okay, and that team that they can use it. Well, Wonderland is not a Disney thing, though. Also, if you want to see a real creepy version of Alice in Wonderland, I do recommend the video game American McGee's Alice. Although it has aged quite a bit, that video game is truly one of my favorites. And the music, they had the band 9 Inch Nails performing creepy music done with children instruments, and the result is absolutely amazing. If you like a little bit horror and the original vibe of Alice in Wonderland, I do recommend that game and its sequel. Hey, Susan Sloth! And Slushy says, even the live-action Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp is cringe. and creepy enough that it's like horror movie that Disney made. Well, the original idea between Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp. The thing is that initially it was being meant to be a lot creepier than that. However, Disney started to swoop in and they kind of cauterized it. They made it more family friendly. If they went the way of the book, I think it would have been marvelous. And am young, I am drawing. As for the people who joined us a little bit later, like the lovely Susan Slop, I am drawing myself getting shaven by a Janky. Janky is a female wolf fox sonic feline who is extremely fluffy, but this lovely lady also had the pleasure of shaving me during the closing ceremony of Nordic Fuzzcon. And the result was a bald meerkat, and I'm currently drawing myself being shaven here a little bit more than just my head. And you see a little line of fluff going through my neck, and I kind of like the punk look for that. And apparently from the looks of it, I think that Janky loves it too. And yes, Ari, I will see you soon again. And I hope you will attend Dutch Comic Con as well. I will be there too, and I look forward to see you there. Also, Vita Cortez is sharing a creepy backstory with us. Have you ever played Epic Mickey? It is a very dark take on the Mickey story, and the developers wanted to push the limits on what Disney would allow. But then when they asked Disney, they simply said not to make it too bad. So the developers made a concept art that was extremely horrific. They messed up beyond belief, and thus Disney would actually tell them what they were allowed. And that has been the most risque work of Disney characters they have ever permitted. Well, the thing is, what you're saying here, this is also with South Park, with a bigger, better, longer and uncut, the South Park movie from there. at one point they just kept on doing the same thing until the censors got tired of it. They just kept on submitting the same joke in a slightly different form, and eventually that was the result from the movie. Slushy says, I did not win the cutie pageants with my comedy, but I had a lot of fun. I did it for the variety show. It was much better, got a lot of laughs. I should have done that comedy for the pageant instead. But what I did, sadly I did not. Well, from what I see there, you had a lot of fun, and that matters. And am young, I told you, I don't do request edit moments. I am currently finishing this drawing myself. Oh, and that tail from this Sonic wolf fox female is one of the cutest and biggest and fluffiest tail I've ever seen. I think I fell in love with that tail. If I ever see this character in real life, I think I will most likely just hug the tail and never let go. I have a thing for big tails, but then again, my first character was a skunk. What do you expect? Makes you wonder, why did you go for a meerkat? Meerkats don't have giant fluffy tails. Maybe sometimes I should actually draw a meerkat skunk hybrid, which is just basically a meerkat with a giant big fluffy tail. Hey Tony! Thank you very much for the compliment of saying that I'm an amazing content creator. Oh, that's why you do it. Ah, this is coming out just so cute. You can just see Janky go like, I told you it's gonna be looking great. Justin Pepe says, my persona is a ferret with Steve Jobs glasses and a baseball cap. Oh, that actually looks really cool. I like that concept, but then again, I'm a little bit of a sucker for glasses. I wonder why. I'm totally not biased at all for glasses. Alright, let's see. We have the shoulders there for the colors. Make sure that the pattern is all right. Then we actually have the colors for that. Of course, yes. Oh, Justin, you wear glasses too. Here. These are mine. And thank you very much for the compliments. The Tail song by OK Donuts is being suggested by Slushy. I'm definitely going to check that out. And hello, Soldier24. I'm doing absolutely fine. How are you doing? Did you have a good weekend? And yes, the ref sheet that I got from this lovely vixen is definitely one of the better ones I've seen so far. It is very nicely done. And of course I did the hair wrong. Oops. Captain Lionheart asks, or says, I saw the new Lilo and Stitch trailer. It was very good. In a way, yes. I loved the intro itself. As in where the aliens were in the screen. That was very nicely done. But, I'd like to see the full movie before I'm going to make a definitive judgment. Because some things I have seen that I don't exactly like. But it could be just me seeing the trailer. While the trailer is just a glimpse of what's to come. And I'd like to keep an open mind for it. But it's definitely giving me better vibes than the live action version. Well, the live action version of The Lion King is not really a live action version. That's just a CGI version of it. But, yeah. And, Rain, I do agree with you. Pleaky, Pleaky did not give the proper vibes for me. Pleaky is this very, very sassy, cross-dressing alien, and I think that it could very well that they chose to choose some of the tamer scenes from him. But who knows about that? I do like the little clever trick they did with the human cloaking device. I mean, that saves a whole bunch of stuff. But, yeah, I do agree with Vita Cortez. Carefully optimistic. And in the end, you just basically want to see if people enjoy the movie for what it is, then yeah, definitely. And Rain, I guess Pleaky is they them. Yeah, I guess so. Pleaky would definitely be a they them. Look at Thabo being shaven. And of course, one thing I am definitely going to add is I understand that this is not the most efficient way to do it, but I am tired and I'm going to do it like this. Bloodspatter says, so now I'm wondering what's wrong with fill tool. There were too many lines there. If I'm using the fill tool, the lines in the background will be... yeah, the lines will go completely wrong. Well... And of course we've got the shaving device now. I understand with some people that shaving is a thing. But yeah. Maybe I will target a whole new set of audience there. We go to buzz buzz. And now of course we got the line colors. Yeah. I still love the colored lines. It's such a little effect, but the result is just so amazing for it. It really gives the cartoon vibe then. And thank you very much for the feedback. Yes, indeed, pieces of the ears were not done, and the earring is indeed not painted. The earring is actually grey. The fang is white. Thank you very much. And yes, the ref sheet that she gave is very adorable. It's very high up there in the most adorable ref sheets I've seen so far. And as for the being tired part, yes, I've been up since 4 o'clock. Because my workday starts really early these days. And I do have to work, I do have to get up tomorrow at 4 o'clock as well. So hence why I'm trying my best to make sure I stay sharp. But even at the end of the day, my body is slowly saying from, you know what, hey Thabo, you might want to slow down a little bit. Alam Aguilar says, your art looks amazing. Thank you very much. Oh. I do have to make sure that sometimes the art does not bleed over. But yeah, the eyes we keep with the dark shade. Because that gives the extra emphasis on the eyes. Kind of like what you see with certain styles introduced. Or at least made popular with the bad guys. I really like how they did it there. And Bloodsplatter says, what do you mean you're not 20 anymore? Yes, indeed. I am one of those grey muzzles. And Kimberly, hello! I'm doing absolutely fine. I'm currently drawing myself getting shaved by a wonderful wolf fox sonic feline named Janky. As you can see here, I am looking a little bit doubtful as this lovely feline went to town with my fur. And Rain, yes, another Kimberly, and this time it is on the YouTube side of things. Who drew Rodney, their persona, as a boar in the fan art story from the opera Madame Fluttershy. Ah, yes. I hope you enjoyed the interview I had with Chester Guru. That was quite fun. It was Chester was such an absolute adoring, wonderful floof to interview. We both tried to reach each other during Nordic FuzzCon. We both were extremely busy, but in the end, the planets finally aligned and we could have our little interview. And Kimberly says that they did and it was fun. So thank you very much for enjoying my little monthly video. Bloodsplatter says, I still remember working on an 8-hour late shift, eating pizza on the way to Amsterdam Harbor for a rave, dancing for 4 hours and then driving back to Antwerp. Oh yeah. When I was 20, I did do crazy things like that as well quite often. And it was fun. These days I do try to push myself to the limit as well, but I must admit I do feel the fact that I am no longer 20 years old at all. I am one of those old hopeless grey muzzles, but the 90s hold precious memories for me, and I did some wild stuff back then. And also in terms of 20s, I worked in the games industry for a bit. And if there is one industry that really pushes your limits, it's the games industry. And not in a good way. Save the time for the raves and everything, not for work. And Bloodsplatter says, if your 20s were in the 90s, you're a lot older than me. Well, not my 20s were not in the 90s. My 20s were in the noughties. But let's say from 95 to 2000, I was fairly active. And fairly, it was amazing. Absolutely. And in the early noughties, that was... I was actually a VJ, and I did VJ on quite some high-profile parties. That was a lot of fun. And from 2004 till 2008, I worked for the Mouse. That was a very interesting experience. But not for the Mouse directly. We were one of the, let's say, the companies that were doing the commercials for them. And it was a company named Studio Hilversum. And we did all the commercials for Disney in the Benelux. And sometimes in France. And sometimes in Germany and Swiss as well. My first project was Tarzan, and my last one was Ratatouille. And yes, Ruigoord, I know. But damn, that's been a long time since I heard that name. Oh man, blood spatter, you make me nostalgic. Kimberly says, you worked for the mouse. Which mouse? Mickey or Mousy? Well, actually, I worked for both. Mickey, I worked for a long time ago, but Mousy, I'm currently working for. In fact, Mousy even visited my place a while back. And now we are going to fetch some photos from the Mousy near my place. Let's see. I think that was in 2018. Yeah. The thing is that every big convention abroad, I'll bring cheese. And I bring a lot of cheese. And I bring the good stuff, not the regular cheese. I am known by a lot of people as the dealer of cheese. I bring also went to American cons, and yes, that is legal, or at least the last time I brought it, I had it verified by a certain badger, a Boozy Badger, who is an amazing lawyer, but also a very good furry, and a badger. We love our badgers. Yeah, I bring cheese, and we bring cheese from a special store, and we have the cheese store, and of course that cheese store for a moment had a mouse problem. Or more specific, a Mousy problem. And the problem was that Mousy refused to leave. So we just took some extra photos. Kimberly went to the gym today. The weather in California was nice but overcast. And well, the gym is always good. I do like to go to the gym myself. Unfortunately though, lately I did not really have time for it. However, every morning I am going by train to my work. And I can tell you this, I do get my exercise, because at one point when I'm at the railroad station in Amsterdam, I do have a couple of minutes to sprint from track 15 to track 1. So let's just say I get my exercise. Hey Jack, hello! And Jack has been going to the gym 26 weeks in a row now. And it shows, my friend, the last time I saw you, you look jacked. And that is not a pun. You look very good. Susan asks, when can we spot a wild meerkat in Amsterdam? Good question. Well, if you are going to Central Station in the dawn of day, in the early morning, I will arrive most likely with the first train from Hilversum, which is arriving at 5:30 in the morning. And that train is the one when I arrive. And I'm usually grabbing the train that departs 10 minutes later from the same track, or from track 1 where I have to run. So if I am running through the station, you can try to stop me, but I am most likely not going to talk very much. Look at those little two. I think this is coming out quite fine. Kimberly says, too bad there are no warthogs to eat grubs with a meerkat. Hakuna Matata. Well, yeah, indeed. Well, I love my grubs. I really do. Now I want grubs. And now, of course, with the shading, it has to be all sorts of smooth with Thabo. I cannot make the little lines and streaks and everything. It's really fun if you do this, for example, with a husky. You get a complete different creature. And this is also one of the things that for the longest of times with dinosaurs, they basically just drew the skeleton structure and thought that was it. But it turns out that dinosaurs are quite a feathery bunch. the modern design of a velociraptor looks so much more beautiful than, let's say, the classic velociraptors that you saw in Jurassic Park, which are good in their own right. But drawing imagining a velociraptor like that, or a Utah raptor, it's kind of like seeing a plucked chicken walking about. And plucked chickens are they look odd, but they are definitely not looking like the actual chicken. There we go. And I think this is a really good note to end this all up. I love how this is coming out. I am pretty happy with how this comes out. And I do take rating suggestions. This is for our friends on Twitch. Vita Cortez. Do give me your suggestion. I do have a couple of other suggestions there. I do have a couple of requirements though. Not really popular streamers. I want our little raids to matter. Kite arts. Okay, let's see kite arts. Alright, we're going to raid kite art. And thank you all for attending. And I am very glad that you all have been here. Sleep well and see you around next week. I will be trying to be there. And let's go raid our good friend or new friend Kite Art on Twitch. On YouTube, have a good one. It was wonderful having you guys and girls and everyone in between about. Bye bye.